Proverbs 10:21, the lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for the want of wisdom. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakor Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. I'm just back with another quick lesson about the hidden wisdom that has been revealed, or made manifest unto the hopeful elect. All right. That wisdom, that we have, or this wisdom that we have, is being sought out by many people. That's why the wisdom that we have is special. You know what I mean? The Most High really cares about you to give you this knowledge. Now, of course, you have brothers that come into the truth. They may fall out or get disenchanted, kicked out of camp, whatever have you. All right. But the hopeful elect, or the true hopeful elect, have been given this wisdom to prosper on the other side, in the kingdom of heaven. All right. This wisdom that we have, although we go through our trials and tribulations, this wisdom that we have is meant to make us ready to be kings and rulers in the world to come. All right. So going back to Proverbs 10:21, the lips of the righteous feed many. All right. The lips of the righteous feed many. That's what you see on the street corner. That's what you see in these videos. The lips of the righteous feeding many. Feeding them what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, Salakia, understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The keys to the kingdom, if you will. That's what we feeding these people. Lord willing, the Lord keep the spirit on us to keep doing so. That's what we feeding the hopeful elect, really, because that's who we talking to. You know what I mean? The hopeful elect. 2/3 of the nation of Israel just not going to listen. They don't care to. Esau not going to listen. He too proud. The other nations ain't going to listen. We just some niggas, spicks, whatever, wetbacks, whatever they got for us, man. That's all we is to them. All right. So the lips of the righteous feeding many is the men that you see, feeding the elect, feeding the flock, It says, but fools die for the want of wisdom. Because you got people that dedicate their life to the Bible in vain. They don't understand the scriptures, and they never will. They may go to a what's it called? A theological school. I can't really pronounce it, Salaki. But some high institute for, I guess you would say, a higher learning of the Bible, but they just don't have it. They don't have the wisdom. All right, because this wisdom that we have, it honestly, I'm not gonna speak for every brother, but for the most part, brothers wasn't seeking this wisdom out. It was just given unto us because it was ordained for us to have it. Since the foundation of the world, us being the hopeful elect, it was ordained for us to get this. So once again, people, give up their whole life, dedicate their life. Like an example is Ricky Gantz. Like he sincerely believes in, the idol Jesus Christ, and he dedicates his life to the scriptures, but it's all in vain. Because first of all, you're an Edomite, so you're not getting no salvation. Second of all, the truth of the Bible wasn't given unto you. And that goes not only for you Edomites, but you got Jake like that too. A pastor may be, sincere in his heart about preaching about Jesus and, basically preaching the worldly doctrine of the Bible. He may actually be sincere and be seeking after the Most High, but it just wasn't given unto him. As well as the people in the congregation that go to these churches and, they wholeheartedly believe in this doctrine. It's all in vain because you wasn't given the truth. You wasn't chosen. All right. So you're dying for the one of wisdom is just not the right path, because the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, didn't put you on the right path to receive this wisdom. So that's why the wisdom that we have is to be cherished. You know what I mean? Because we could have just been like them people with nothing. Nothing but a zeal. You know what I mean? Just like the scriptures say about Jay. They got a zeal, but not according to the knowledge of the Most High. They want to please the Most High. It's, written within their spirit to please the Most High, but he's just not dealing with them. So once again, that's why we cherish the knowledge that we have, because you see, it's so many examples of people who want this knowledge and just can't get it. People that are actually, once again, dedicating their life. That's a scary thing. When you dedicate your life to what you perceive to be the ways of the Most High or pleasing the Most High, and it's just all wrong. That's a scary thing. All right. But this is Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. All right. Talking about the hopeful elect. See what? The prophecies. Like the parable of the fig tree. Knowing the time that we living in. That's what we see. We see it's time to get out of here. We see it's salvation time, Lord willing. We see it's time to get ourselves together. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. We see that. Our ears hear the prophecies and was able to, not be proud. Because that's one thing that you see with Jake. Jake just too proud to humble themselves, man. They can't. As soon as you tell Jake something, they get offended. Or as soon as you do what's considered to be outside of the status quo of how you're supposed to present yourself when you got the Bible. Sometimes brothers may use rude speech, so-called curse words. They may say things that make you uncomfortable. But when you look at the prophets in the scriptures, they was all saying things that made the people within that society uncomfortable. That's why they was getting stoned and shit. Excuse my language, but that's why they was getting put to death. That's why they was getting hung in pits, ridiculed, scoffed at. That's why. Why would somebody scoff at you if you saying what's considered to be pleasant things to them or being quote unquote nice? That's the job of the prophets. But the reason that these people don't see that that's the job of the prophets is to rebuke a society that the Most High has a problem with, is because their eyes don't see and their ears can't hear. And that's the doing of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because he just didn't want you. He made you like that. The Most High made you to oppose him, speaking on 2/3 of the nation of Israel, just like the Most High made Esau to oppose him, to be his enemies, so he can ultimately destroy you and punish you, right? So that's what it is, But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. That's a blessing to be in this truth, to know these things, because only a few men know them. The full spectrum of these words. It's only a few, Many are called, few are chosen. It says, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. All right, so you got people who really wholeheartedly want to know the full spectrum of the truth. They want to know everything about the scriptures. Once again, they dedicate their life to it, but they don't have it because the Most High didn't give it to them. All right. Many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. People wish that they can see the prophecies. They wish that they had the spirit of understanding to be able to discern the times. But they don't. Because the Most High don't want them to discern the times. He wants them to get blindsided. Chiefly 2/3 of the nation of Israel. He wants you to be blindsided when he come with this destruction. And to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. People want to hear the truth, especially Jake. When you look at our people, Jake wants something to hear something, to soothe his soul, to have something to lean on or rely on. That's why they rely on, like, the first thing that popped in my head is Obama.